Hey guys, I'm back with another Minecraft tutorial. Here in this one, I'm going to be showing you how to build this suburban house. In the backyard, it has a very large deck. And then for the inside of the house, there's a large open floor plan for the first floor. And then there's 3 bedrooms and 4 bathrooms. Here's the plot size for the build. If you want just the house itself, then you'll be paying attention to the square that's more towards the middle. From left to right, you'll need 43 blocks. From front to back, you'll need 44. And keep in mind that also includes the deck that's at the back side of the house. Now, if you want everything else, which includes the house itself, the front yard, and the backyard, from left to right, once again, you'll need 43 blocks. From front to back, you'll need 65. If you look more towards the bottom, that's going to be the space needed for the front yard. So in between those 2 yellow lines, you should still be able to see 14 spaces of grass. And then more towards the top, that is the extra space needed for the backyard. In between those 2 yellow lines, you should have 5 spaces of grass. I went ahead and gathered up all the blocks we're going to be using for the main exterior of the house itself. So I'll have a list of all the blocks we're going to be using for now, so you could just pause the video and gather up everything you'll be needing. Let's start by marking out the foundation of the house. We're going to be starting at the front side, and we're going to go to the shape for where the house itself will be. We'll go here to this corner, and you could just start with the diorite. We're going to place 2 going over towards the right. You could then switch over to the smooth quartz block. We'll place 1 right there. Then we're going to skip over 7 spaces. So right here on the 8th space, you could place another block of the smooth quartz, and then switch back to the diorite and place 2 more towards the right of that. So where this space of 7 here is, this is where the garage door will be. Now let's go back over here towards the right side. We're going to go right behind where we left off, where this diorite is. So starting here, we're going to work our way towards the back and place another 7 diorite. Now go towards the right of that, starting here, and just continue going towards the right by another 22 diorite blocks. Now right behind this, you could go ahead and place another 2 going towards the back, and now towards the right of that, you could place another 6. And the final block should be right here on the edge of the plot size. So from up above, facing towards the front and looking down, this is the shape you should have. Now back over here at the right, you could just go right behind where this diorite is, starting here, work your way towards the back by 10. Now go towards the left of that, we're going to bring it over by 6. And now, right back here, going back towards the back side again, we're going to place another 5. Now I'm facing towards the back side. We're going to go back over here where we left off. So we'll start here, work your way over towards the right and place another 12 diorite. Now, starting right here, you're pretty much going to be going out towards the back side again, and we're going to place another 10. Now, towards the right, starting here, you could place another 10. And now, go back in towards the front, so starting right here, and we're going to place another 16. Now go towards the right of that, bring this over by 2, go out from the corner of that, starting here, go towards the right and place another 7. Now go back in, place another 3, and this final block should be right here on the edge of the plot size on this side. And now we're going to be connecting back towards the front where we started. So from right here, going all the way over till the final block there, we're going to place another 17. So now, I'll flip around back up towards the front, and this is the shape we have for the foundation of the house. Now let's start bringing up the walls. I'll head on over here towards the front left side, right here to this corner where we started in the very beginning. You can switch to the pillar quartz block, and we're going to bring it up by 7. Now right next to that, we're going to have a strip of white concrete, and then where we have the smooth quartz block, you can switch to that and just add an additional 5. Go to this side and do the same thing. And then at the top, you could just connect it together going across. And then here in this corner, we'll switch back to the pillar quartz block, bring it up by another 7. And then all the rest of the space up to the same height as the pillars will be white concrete. So be sure to have it across like that. Now let's head on over here towards the right where this space is, right behind the pillar with the white concrete. We'll bring it out by 3, and then we'll just bring it up to the same height as everything else. And then right here, we're going to have a doorway leading into the garage that'll have access from the front porch. So we just want to be sure to leave 2 spaces here. So on these other 2 spaces, we'll fill this in with more white concrete. Up to the same height like that. And now the doorway is going to be 3 spaces in height. Right here on the 4th space, we're going to have 2 upside down smooth quartz stairs. And then on top of that, for the remaining space, will be white concrete. We'll then switch to the white stained glass panes. I'll just go here on the right side, fill that in with 3. I'll have 1 curving out at the top, and at the bottom, the empty space right here will be a handle to the door, so you could grab a dark oak fence, and we'll go ahead and fill that in. Now let's focus on this space right here. You could go ahead and switch to the bricks, and I'll just swap out the dark oak fence for now. And what we're going to do is head on over here towards the left, up against this wall where we left off. We're going to place 7 blocks of the brick right on top of the diorite. And then we'll skip over this space. We'll have another block here, skip over 3 spaces, have a block here, skip over 1, and have another set of 7 going over till right here. And then in this corner, you can switch to the pillar quartz block and bring up a pillar that is 7 in height. So right here, where the 3 spaces are, this is where the front door will be. And then we just have 2 little windows on each side of the door. Let's mark out where the windows are going to be on the left and right side. So you can switch to the brick. Just bring up a strip going up like that. You can switch to the gray concrete. We'll bring up 4 in height. We'll skip over 2, have another 4, and then at the top, you could go ahead and have 2 upside down smooth quartz stairs. The rest of the space, where the remaining 2 spaces are, and along the top of the window, we're going to fill in with the bricks. Like that. We'll go ahead and also bring up this single block to the same height. We'll do the same on this side. And then we're going to have the same window that we just did over there. So up against this pillar, we'll have a strip of the brick. We'll have 4 blocks of the gray concrete going up. We'll skip over 2, have another 4, 2 upside down smooth quartz stairs at the top, and then the rest of the space will be filled in with the brick. Now you can switch back to the smooth quartz stairs. We'll go where the single spaces are. We'll leave 3 blocks, so on the 4th space we'll have an upside down smooth quartz stair. Right here in the middle, we'll have 3 upside down going across, and then another one right here. On top of those will be the bricks again. And now let's start placing all the white stained glass panes. So we'll fill it completely in for the windows, so 6 spaces. And then we have these single spaces here, so another 3. And then for the front door, we'll have 3 going up on each side. And then we'll curve out the bottom and the top. And then we have to grab the dark oak fence again. I'll just swap out the bricks, and we'll fill in that remaining space. Now over here, we'll switch back to the white concrete. Right behind this pillar, we'll fill in the 2 spaces, bring it all the way up. And then right here in this corner, we'll also do it for the back corner. We'll have another pillar of 7. And now you can switch to the white concrete again. Right on top of this diorite, we'll have 1 layer like that. Up against this part of the wall, we'll bring it all the way up, as well as up against the pillar. And then we're going to have a small window right here. So you can switch to the gray concrete. We'll bring it up by 4 on each side. Upside down smooth quartz stair, white stained glass panes, and then the white concrete across the top. Now let's go around to this side. We'll have another layer of white concrete right on top of the diorite. We'll go over here back up towards the front side, up against the pillar. We'll have 2 spaces of white concrete going all the way up. And then we're going to have another small window right here, just like that one. And now the rest of this wall will be white concrete. And then we have all of this space right here, which is going to be white concrete again. So here in this corner, we'll bring up a pillar of 7. So now all the rest of the space where you see the diorite will be white concrete. And then we also have all of this space here, which will be white concrete again, going all the way up to the same height. Now let's focus on this area. For this corner and this corner, we're going to have another pillar of the pillar quartz block going up by 7. And now up against the pillar on each side, as well as up against that wall, we'll have a strip of white concrete. So right here. And then on each side of this pillar. It'll also be on each side of this pillar. And then we're going to switch to the white stained glass panes. Here on the left, up against that white concrete, we'll bring up 4. And then we'll add an extra layer right next to that. We'll go on this side and do the same thing. And then here at this wall, we'll also do that again. And then we'll curve out the bottom and the two at the top. And then the empty space will be the dark oak fence. And now let's go on over to this side. Where you see this white concrete, you just want to be sure to line up with it. And right on top of where this diorite is, we'll start another section of white concrete. We'll just work our way over towards the right until we bring it over to this corner. And now you can see the edge of this white concrete is lined up with the edge of this. And then we'll go ahead and bring this up to the same height as everything else, so it'll be an additional 6 layers on top of the one that we already have. And now let's do the same glass design. So 4 in height, and then it'll be 2 blocks thick. And then we'll curve out the bottom, the 2 at the top, fill in that empty space with the dark oak fence. And now, above all of that glass, we're going to have a set of upside down smooth quartz stairs. And now on top of this, we'll have 2 extra layers of white concrete. So we have 3 open doorways like this. Now let's focus on the last section right here. So with the white concrete, where you see these 2 spaces, you could just completely fill all of this in. And now where this piece juts out, you can switch to the pillar quartz block. In each outer corner, we're going to bring this up by 7 again. We'll also do it for this corner here. And then where you see these 2 spaces, that'll be filled in with white concrete again. And then continue with the white concrete. We'll place a layer on top of the diorite right here. And then we'll have a layer going up along these pillars. And then switch to the gray concrete. And we'll have another small window right here. So it's looking like this. And now let's go over to this final wall. We'll have a layer of white concrete on top of the diorite. And then on each side, so for that back side and this front side, we'll have 2 spaces of white concrete up against the pillar. And now switch back to the gray concrete. We're going to have another small window right here. And right here, just right up against where we left off that white concrete. It's the same design as that one. And then the rest of the wall will be filled in with white concrete. And there we go. Now, we have all of the main walls brought up for the first floor of the house. And now I think we still have time to mark out where the front porch, the garage door, and the back deck will be. So we'll jump on into that next. We'll start with the garage door. So we have the dark oak planks, the dark oak stairs, the tripwire hook, and the white stained glass panes. We'll start with the dark oak stairs. And we're going to be in 1 block from the edge of where this quartz is. So instead of being right here on the same edge, we're going to be pushed back a block right here. So you can place a dark oak wood stair like that. Go ahead and have one right next to it curving into it. And another one right here. So we have 3 curving together like that. We'll have a full block in the middle. And then we'll have another 3 on this side. And now above all those curving stairs, we're going to have another 3 curving together, but they're going to be upside down. So what we'll do is place another full block of the planks like that. And then we'll have an upside down stair up against that. Another one right here. We'll do the same on this side. And then we have to place a little temporary block here so that we could place the final stair. So it all just curves together. It looks like a little rectangle. So we'll do the same on this side. Like that. Now on top of that, we'll have a layer of the dark oak planks. We'll have a block on each side. All this space here in the middle will be white stained glass panes. And then the remaining space across the top will be the planks again. And then right here down in the middle at the bottom will be the tripwire hook for the handle of the garage door. So that's all there is to it. Now let's start marking out where the front porch will be. So be sure to start out with your pillar quartz block. We'll go here more towards the right side, lined up where the corner of the house is here. We're going to go out until we're on the 5th space. So we're skipping over 4, and then you want to make sure you're on the 5th one. Now we're going to have a pillar of 8 going up. So it is now at the same height as the rest of the house. We'll go towards the left of that. We'll skip over 6 until we're on the 7th space. And you could bring up another pillar here. Now skip over 1 space, have another pillar right here. And then skip over 3 until you're on the 4th space, have another pillar. And then skip over 1 and have another one right here. Now you can switch to the smooth quartz stairs. We'll go here towards the left. We'll have these upside down for the remaining 6 spaces. And then we'll have one right here where the single space is. Another one here where this single space is. And then the other 6 spaces here. And then we have the 4 spaces here. And now let's switch to the anvils. On top of all of those quartz stairs, we'll have the anvils like this. And now you can switch to the dark oak slabs. We'll have one lined up where this pillar is, and where this one is. And then we'll have 3 dark oak stairs in between that. And then all the rest of the space throughout here will be the dark oak planks. So for now, we're going to leave it at that for the front porch. Now, I think we have just enough time to do the back deck. So that'll be here at the back side of the house. So for all of the deck blocks, we're going to have the dark oak planks, the stairs, and the slabs, and then the spruce trap door and spruce slabs. So we'll start with the dark oak planks. We'll go over here at the corner of the house at the left. We'll bring up a little pillar of 2 like that. We'll skip over 3 spaces. On the 4th space, we'll have another 2. Skip over 3, have another 2. Skip over 3 again, have another 2. And then we'll skip over 1 and have 2 again. So we have 3 sections of 3, and then this little section of 1. Now, on top of all of these blocks of 2, we'll have a spruce slab. And then in between all of these, we'll have upside down dark oak stairs. And then at the top edge of the second layer of blocks, we'll have some dark oak slabs. So this would be a little railing. And then on top of these slabs, we'll have a layer of spruce trap doors. And I would recommend having them all in the same direction so all the lines match up. Just looks a bit neater. So we have this section of the deck done. We'll head on over here towards the right side, right next to where this corner is. We'll have another pillar of 2, and then we'll skip out by 4. So we'll now be on the 5th space. Have another section of 2. We'll skip over 1 and have another 2. And this final set of 2 here should be right on top of the edge of the plot size for where the house itself is. Now on top of those little pillars, we'll have a layer of the spruce slabs. And then we'll have upside down dark oak wood stairs in between all of these at the bottom. Then the dark oak slabs for the railing. And a layer of the trapdoors on top of that. So now we have the railings all marked out. The rest of it is just the deck itself and a little step up. So now what we'll do is switch to the spruce slabs. We'll go over here towards the left, right here at the edge of where the railing ends. And we'll have 2 spaces of the spruce slabs like that. And then we'll just continue those 2 spaces until we have 3 spaces away from the house. So it's going to stop right here. So you can see how we still have 3 more spaces remaining until we meet up at the edge of the house. Now, we're going to continue with the 2 spaces, and we're going to bring it over until we're lined up with the edge of that railing. So it'll be right here on top of the edge of this part of the plot size. So you can just bring out the 2 spaces like this. And now you can continue with 2 more spaces and bring it all the way over to that other railing. And now all of this remaining space that you see within the edge of the railing and this little step up will be the dark oak planks. And there we go, we have the deck at the back side of the house all marked out. And now I'm actually going to leave it at that here for part 1. Alright guys, I'm going to leave it at that here for part 1 for this tutorial on how to build this suburban house. If this helped you, be sure to please leave a like, subscribe for more, and I'll see you guys in part 2.